You know why I'm asking about security?
Yes.
I realized that it could be an end in sight, because for the first time we're getting to see an opposition that is supporting the government. Yesterday on Politics Today, hosted by my colleague Sheon Kimbaloye, I saw Olisa Metu saying that, look, concerning security, that the PDP is going to support this government in making sure that insurgents are pursued out of our land. That is very instructive, that an opposition is giving the desired support to a ruling party, which over the years
the question
was absent.
What choice do they have? Can the PDP say, we're not supporting you to end Boko Haram? So there's nothing significant about that. It's very mundane. They have no choice but to support. The Boko Haram challenge is a national challenge. It's not a political challenge. So no political party can make them credits for supporting or not supporting. I don't.
Well, the PDP
because sorry, Margaret, because you know why I'm looking at it as novel. Recall that the Chibok girls was one of the talking points during the campaigns,
yes.
And if by now we still haven't been able to get to the bottom of recovering or rescuing the Chibok girls, and that was the main talk of the APC then. One would have thought that the PDP would say, hey, come on, it's 100 days in office.
Yes.
You still haven't been able to tell us where our children are.
I don't want to sound to be defending, but I want to let us look at common sense. The Chibok guys, do you think that they are put in a place where somebody is coming to rescue them? Do you think that these Boko Haram who are killers, who are insane, are going to keep those guys in one place for you to come and rescue? I mean, anybody who's talking about rescuing the Chibok girls is just joking. Because the Chibok girls are not likely to be in one place. Many of them will have become wives. They will have had children. Given that they are dealing with brigands who will rape them and do all kinds of things. So who is talking about rescuing the Chibok girls? Nobody should make political mileage out of it. Because it's not technically possible to rescue them. You can only defeat Boko Haram and expect that you will be able to see them here and there and pick them back.
No, but the latest comments about it, I mean, one yesterday, Senator Shehu was quoted copiously in the front page of the dailies that they are alive and that the government should do something to rescue them.
How does he know? These people make noise. They just talk. People have said we'll discover them in 20 days. We'll do that in 1 week. You know, that senator, if we saw them, why doesn't he tell government where they are so that the military can go and rescue them? If you say you know where they are, they should be able to tell us so that we can go and take action. It's gibberish. People just talk. Nobody is going to keep any reasonable fighter who keep people waiting for you to come and rescue. Does it make sense? It doesn't.
Does it mean that even if they're moving them from one place to the other, that the security agencies may not have kept tabs?
They took those guys to use them. They didn't take them as hostages. They didn't tell you, before we release them, give us $100 million. They have not asked you for anything, for ransom. They captured them because they needed them as sexual slaves. This is what happened in the Guerrilla insurgency. Let us come to terms with that. It's a very hard fact, but those guys are not likely to come back in one piece, or they're not all going to come back.
Well, I was going to intervene in the area of, you know, when you said that did the PDP or does the PDP have any choice in terms of supporting the government? Yes. It's one sore area in terms of political discussions, because the PDP believed that while it was in government, the APC did not give it the support it needed, especially when it came to terrorism. They felt that the issue was politicized as much as possible. Perhaps one of the reasons why they believe they also lost as well. So when they make the statement to say that we're going to support the Buhari government in the area of security, especially in tackling terrorism, they believe that, you know, it's one area that they're not doing, will I say, an eye for an eye. They believe that they're going to walk the talk. If we did not get support from you, we're going to show support, especially in this particular area. Isn't that a big deal?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's a big deal, but it's okay for the opposition to be seen, for us to be a bipartisan approach to certain national issues.
Yes.
And Boko Haram is one in which you can not really play politics, although the APC did. But the PDP cannot afford to do what the APC did, because we have gone beyond that. We are now at a stage where we need to end insurgency. So it is no longer a time to play politics. Of course, APC at that time was a desperate party. They were just imagining they needed to take advantage of all the weaknesses of the incumbent government. And they succeeded in doing that. So, but we have a government that is not vulnerable yet. So it is not in your interest to try to play up where there's no vulnerability. The Buhari regime is not vulnerable in the area of Boko Haram. It is tackling it. So you cannot take advantage. You cannot say, you are not doing well. In the case of the Jonathan regime, there were lapses in the way it was handled. So they were able to take advantage of those lapses. But there are no such lapses yet that are visible for anybody to play politics with.
Okay, now another question is, this talk of 100 days, people believe that is also a time for a government, because one of the things that they hope to constantly see is a government that constantly engages with the citizens. So when every 100 days or, the first 100 days, perhaps people are saying it's a time for accountability, for government to be able to say, well, this is what I've been able to do so far, this is how I've settled in, this is what I've seen, this is where I'm going to, this is what I'm hoping that you people will be able to do. Is that too much of citizens to ask of their government?
Well, I just think that the time frame is a bit too short to ask for significant performance. Let's see it this way. Let's say your government is very good in 100 days, and then the next 6 months, it starts being bad, or it is not good in the first 100 days. But does that mean it's not capable of changing, reforming, refining its policies?
The idea I'm trying to raise is the idea of engagement.
Yes.
Government citizens engagement.
Yeah, but I'm sure that must be going on.
Do you think
I'm sure that must be going on. If you bring Buhari to your studio, I'm sure he will tell you what he's doing, or some of his media people. That kind of engagement is a constant. They're always responding to criticism, they are talking, we are doing this, we are doing that. So I get what my point is. Let us not make too much fuss about 100 days. And if we are going to make it, my only area of worry is that Buhari's inability to form a cabinet to actually make appointments, because he only made some chief of defense, chief of staff, and SGF, the Secretary of Government. There's no Attorney General. A government is running without an Attorney General. There's something wrong with that.
How do you feel?
Yeah?
How do you feel? 100 days now, we still don't have a cabinet.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's because of the nature of the political party that won power. It was initially just 2 people running a political outfit between Buhari and Tinubu. And the other people were mostly spectators.
You disagree with that? I mean, what do you say about the new PDP?
You disagree with what?
I said some people will disagree with that, or most people will disagree with that. What would you say about
Yes, I am not saying that the new PDP. I'm giving a perspective. Maybe other people have another perspective.
No, what Mark is saying that perhaps you should also put the perspective of the NPDP. Recall that the new PDP, the Senate President and his group, Baraje and others, they are also part of this.
Yeah, but they came into the fray later. Quite honestly, they were not. Did you ever see any picture of a new PDP person sitting with Buhari and Tinubu? Did you ever see that? At any point during the formation of the party? No. It was Tinubu and the old man from Oyo State, I don't remember his name, the chairman of the party, and a few other people sitting. It was an affair between 2 people. That is not unusual, because the 2 parties they came from were authoritarian parties. They were run by individuals.
So you think that could be why we still don't have a cabinet?
That's limited, because you now have to sit down and start creating the infrastructure of a party of governance. And that's why the new PDP was not able to sneak the Senate president from there. If you had a thoroughbred party, you would have sat down to say, when we win, this is what will go to your party, this is what will go to this wing, this is what will go. But that didn't happen. Unfortunately, by the time they won the election, that relationship between Buhari and Tinubu had changed. The symmetry had tilted now in favor of the president. The president always has the advantage. And so Tinubu himself is a supplicant now under the table. To get anything, it has to be on the good side of Buhari.
So do you think?
You see, unfortunately, they did not work out these details before they got into power.